Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. You wanna say hi? Say hi.
Hey guys.
So in today's video, I'll be talking about the difference between my pregnancy with my boy Adrian and my daughter Natalia. I'll try to not make this video long since I know all my videos are long because I talk too much. But yeah, I hope you guys are having a wonderful weekend. And if you're interested in this video to know the difference from my boy and girl, stay tuned. Okay, so with Nati, since she's my older one, when I found out I was pregnant with her, my first symptom was vomiting. I vomit since like literally the day after I took the pregnancy test until like 5 months. And with her, I'm gonna tell her story first and then I'll say his, because then I'll get confused if I keep going back and forth. With her, I vomited for a long time. I lost weight in the beginning. I lost about 17 pounds and the doctors were concerned at first. But it was due to me vomiting so much. And then I would vomit everything I would eat. With her, I also ended up having like really bad tooth pain, and to the point that I ended up getting a retinal hemorrhage on my left eye. Basically, I went blind from my left eye. Like my whole left eye was like black. I wasn't able to see. That was towards the end of my pregnancy. And I was so scared that that was going to stay like that forever. I remember I was crying so much of the pain and straining so much that when I stopped crying, I was like, oh my goodness, I can't see. So I started freaking out. I never didn't believe me. So we ended up going to the eye doctor. And yeah, they told me I had retinal hemorrhage. I had to go to a specialist. And they told me that if it didn't go away, they would have to insert a needle and like take out, I don't know, the liquid that's covering or the blood. And so yeah, so then thank God it went away after I had her. But when you would take pictures of my eye, or like a picture of me with flash, you could see like the blood covering my eye. It was so weird. And then what else did I have with her? I also ended up getting gallstones with her, and it hurt so bad. I think I was taking my prenatal. Oh, also with my prenatal vitamins, I would vomit as well. It was so hard to keep them down. But I was taking my prenatal, and then all of a sudden I got a really sharp pain up here. And I wasn't even able to breathe. I just threw myself to the bed. And then like when I caught my breath, I started crying and crying. And we ended up going to the hospital, and yeah, they told me I had that, but they told me it would go away like as time went by or after I had her. So I didn't really worry about it, but I don't think they didn't give me any medications as well. So yeah, so I just went on with it, and it didn't come back. I think it came back like once or twice, and then after I had her. But yeah, it went away. And then I also had really bad heartburn, and they normally say you get heartburn when your kids are hairy, and both of my kids were born super hairy with a lot of hair. So yeah, so I had really bad heartburn. Like sometimes I would want to like stick my finger down my throat to vomit because it was just so much pain right here. And yeah, so I felt really nauseous with her, vomiting, the gallstones, the tooth pain, going blind from my left eye. Yeah, I would literally cry, and I would tell Ever, I don't want to vomit anymore. I don't want to keep vomiting. Like everything would make me vomit. I was just so tired of vomiting. So yeah, so but what else? I think that was it with her. So yeah, so then with Adrian, now to Adrian's story, hers was I feel like it wasn't that bad, like talking about it, but it was really bad. I went to the hospital a lot with her, like since I guess she was my first baby. I was so worried about everything that would happen to me. I was like, why would I get this pain? Why would I get like my tooth ache? Like it hurt so bad to the point that I went to the hospital so many times because of it. And then when I did want to get it pulled out, it was too late already. The dentist that I went to, they told me that it was too late to get it pulled out. I was too far into my pregnancy. So yeah, so then with Adrian, I told you guys when I found out I did vomit that day. And with him, it wasn't really, I feel like everyone would tell me like, you're having a girl because you vomit so much and blah, blah, blah. And yes, that did happen. I did vomit a lot. So then I was like, I knew already the day that I went in for the gender, I knew it was gonna be a girl, and I wasn't even surprised when they told me. So yeah, so then my feet got swollen with her, my hands got super swollen. Yeah. And with Adrian, yeah, in the beginning I vomit for the first time, and with him it wasn't really like vomiting like for everything I ate. If not, it was like certain foods, like I couldn't eat Chinese food because I would always vomit that. What else? Milk. Oh, like every time I would drink it, I would vomit. Ice cream, like dairy products, all that, I would always end up vomiting with him. And or if I didn't eat, I would get the worst headache. Oh my goodness, yeah. Every morning I would have to have like a good breakfast, or else it would be terrible. I would be really moody. My head would hurt. I would end up vomiting. Or if I didn't eat for like a long period of time. And with her, it wasn't like that. I remember sometimes I wouldn't even want to eat because I knew I was gonna vomit. But with him, yeah, I just felt like super sick if I didn't eat, and I would get really bad migraines. And then with him, I felt like I went more blind because I'm supposed to wear glasses, but with him it was like my vision went more blurry than what it normally is. What else? I did have a lot of heartburn throughout my pregnancy, and he's hairier than Matthew was, so it might be true when people say that heartburns mean that your babies are hairy. And what else? I ended up getting tooth pain again, and that time I was around 16 weeks, and I went straight to the dentist, and I was like, I need to get them pulled out because I'm not gonna deal with that pain like I did with her during my pregnancy, because it was the worst. And since you can't really take much medication, it's just you have to deal with the pain, and it's the worst pain. So yeah, so then I got them pulled out, and so that was fine. And then I ended up getting really bad pelvic pain. When I would walk, my pelvic hurt so bad. My legs would hurt. Everything down there would hurt. Like I couldn't walk much because it was just so much pain. And I was early in my pregnancy, maybe 4 to 5 months, and or towards the middle, I guess. And it was just terrible. It hurt so bad. So I ended up having to go to physical therapy, and I went for about 2 to 3 months and did several exercises to help that. And I had to get like a belt sort of thing to like hold my stomach, because I felt like I was super heavy with Adrian. Like I felt huge with Adrian. I felt like, I don't know, I felt so heavy. Like I wouldn't even walk straight. It was just like my back would hurt so bad. So that belt thingy I would wear helped a lot. And what else? So that pelvic pain was terrible. And I couldn't even sleep at night. Like it was so bad to turn or to like move, to get up to pee, since I constantly had to pee. It hurt really, really bad. And then I ended up getting gallstones with him as well. And I was around 33 weeks, I remember, and I went in, and I was in so much pain. I cried so much. And that it was the second time that I had been. So the first time ever was working far, and I called him and I was like, hey, I'm like in a lot of pain. And at first I was like, oh my goodness, is he coming? But it didn't feel like contractions, so I wasn't really that worried. And I kind of already thought like, oh my God, I think it's the gallstones again. So I called him, and he was like, since he had the car, I think, he was like, if you want to call your dad to take you to the hospital. And I was like, no. I like kept crying and turning and twisting in the couch. And then I took like a really, really like warm bath, and then like a few hours later it went away. And then the second time, I remember I ate late that night, like around 12 midnight, and it was like a flatbread thing from Wawa, and it was so greasy. And then I remember having heartburn, and then around like 5 in the morning I started getting the pain again, and I got up super quick, like without like having trouble to breathe. And then I tapped him, and he like freaked out. He was like, are you okay? And that was a Sunday morning. And then I started vomiting, and he was like, let's go to the hospital. I was like, no, I don't want to, it's gonna go away. I hate going to the hospital if I feel like it's pointless to go. But yeah, so we ended up going, and then they asked me like what was wrong, what were my symptoms, and blah blah blah. And literally all the doctor did was check if I was like my cervix. He just checked that, and then he was like, oh, nothing's wrong, maybe you had a cold or something. it just didn't make any sense to me. And then the paper he gave me, it said to follow up with my physical therapy. So basically he thought that it was because of my pelvic pain, which made no sense. Because then I went into my OB and I told her that I was having really bad pain, and I showed her where, and she was like, it sounds like you have gallstones. So I ended up going to the imaging center, and yes, I ended up having gallstones. And they said that some of my intestines were like super inflamed, but they couldn't do anything about it at that time, because I was already so far into my pregnancy. So they told me to wait a week after he was born so I could get surgery. So yeah, so with him I also had that. I was really sensitive with Adrian. I cried a lot, and then I did go through a lot, so I cried even more. But I think that was it with Adrian. Let me see what else. I was really moody. I know that like everything that people would tell me or I would yell, and I hated ever smell. Sometimes I would get annoyed by him, but I feel like with her it was the same thing. But yeah, I would get annoyed with him. With Nati, my face was super ugly. I started breaking out a lot. My hair was ugly too. It was so dry. With Adrian, my hair looked even thicker and shiny when I was straightening it. It was so pretty and soft. And my face was really pretty as well, like super soft. And now I'm like breaking out everywhere. I'm like, great. What else? With Adrian, I did get swollen. Like my feet got swollen. But towards the end of my pregnancy, was it oh yeah, my finger that wasn't able to wear my rings. Adrian, I feel like Adrian was harder. He was just I felt like he was so big, and I felt huge. I wasn't able to like walk as much. I didn't have much energy. I would literally sleep a lot. Like I would fall during nighttime. It was hard to sleep, but I would go to sleep around 3 a.m, wake up around 12, and thank God nothing by that time. I don't know what was wrong with her. My symptoms were affecting her, but she would sleep a lot too. And I remember that when I would wake up, or she would maybe wake up like an hour before, but she'll stay playing and leave me alone. And then I would wake up around 12, and then we would eat. I wouldn't even clean, honestly. Yeah, I would never clean the house ever. Would always clean whenever he had off. And I just didn't have the energy to do anything. Like I would rather be home. Like you could even, like if you were to ask my husband, he would tell you, like I hated going out. I would always want to be home, and he would always be like, dang, I miss the old you and blah blah blah. But it was just he like literally took all my energy away. Like I had no energy with Adrian. And then also what was I saying? I always get confused after I start saying something. But oh yeah, so I would wake up around 12, we would eat, and then we would watch TV for a little while, or we would end up falling asleep on the couch as well. And then we would nap from like 2 or 3 until Ever came home, like until I knew I had to wake up to cook for him. So around like 6 or 7. So I would sleep all day, and then we would go to bed around like 10, 11, and I would end up going to sleep at 2. So literally my whole pregnancy I slept so much. And that was another sign. Like during the beginning of my pregnancy, before I knew I was pregnant with Adrian, I was so tired. I slept so much. I would literally sleep all the time. Ever also felt tired. And with him, he felt really nauseous in the beginning. And instead of me having the cravings, I had a lot of cravings with her, but with him, I didn't have any cravings. Ever was the ones with the cravings. So yeah, some of my symptoms were different, and I could have, like, when I was pregnant with him, I knew I was having a boy, and then with her, I knew I was having a girl. Yeah, and then with her, I felt like I got super wide, and then with him, I was more pointy. So yeah, so those are my symptoms with both of my kids, and they are different, like from having a girl and boy, I feel, in my opinion. But some people have the same symptoms for both kids, or they don't have symptoms at all. Lucky you if you don't. So this is the end of the video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell button so you're notified every time I post a new video. Hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. May God bless you, and thanks for watching. Bye. Say bye. ¿Te da besito?
Nah.